My setup is a 7.3 heavy action rod. See if y'all can see that. My reel is a 7.4 gear ratio on a Shimano Corrado. I want a fast reel. If you're making a 120, 130 foot cast and you go to set the hook, that's a lot of line out. So I like a longer rod. I like a fast gear ratio to pick up all the slack whenever I set the hook. I use 20-pound Red Label Seaguar line as my main line, and my leader line is 15-pound Seaguar Red Label. That way, when I do get hung up and I gotta break it off, most of the time all I'm gonna lose is my leader line and my hook. I'll keep my weight and my beads and everything else. I like to use a 3/4 egg weight. Some people like 1 ounce. Some people like a little heavier. I like 3/4 ounce, and you'll be amazed how much better it comes to a brush pile. You won't nearly get hung up as much. I promise you. Try it. I'll slide my weight on my 20-pound main line. Then I like to take a clear 8mm bead, a clear 8mm bead, slide that on next. Then a red 8mm bead right after the clear one. I take a clacker and put it on after the red bead. Then I use a number 6 swivel. I tie the swivel to the 20-pound main line, and on the other side, my 15-pound leader line. And as far as the length of the leader line, if it's too short, to me, it looks crazy. If it's too long, it's too hard to cast. So my perfect length on my leader, this is how I do it. This is how I figure out how long my leader line should be on my Carolina rig. Hold this swivel in your fingers like this. And take your leader line, stretch your arm out, and then take your leader line and pull it. Pull it tight. When it gets to your shoulder, that's how much leader line that I use. I find that's the perfect length. As far as my hook on my Carolina rigs, I like to use a number 4. Number 4 worm hook. And most of the time, especially on shad licks, I'm going to be using a fluke. But you can use any bait you want on a Carolina rig. I'll throw anything from a big 10-inch worm to the fluke to a brush hog. I mean, whatever they want for that day is what I'm going to throw. All right, so that's my setup. That's how I rig it. Is there anything else y'all want me to make a video on or have question about? Feel free to message me and I'll do a video on it.